What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first What's in the Bag Son of this year. Yeah, I got everything out of there. I haven't done one of these since November, so this will be reviewing everything I picked up and got in the mail from December, January, and February. So we got a few things. Didn't look like I got a whole bunch at Christmas time, unfortunately, but my birthday is immediately after, so I certainly treated myself to a few treats. And here to talk about them and show them out. Quite a bit of these. A lot of people are probably going to think I'm insane, but I love 31 Days of Horror, and I'm already starting to collect for October of 2023. So some of these are going to be for that month, and I've never seen them before. All my 31 Days of Horror are films that I'm watching for the first time. So here's two of them. These are both Arrow releases, and from the title alone, they sound amazing, and the cover art alone. So we've got Hell High. This doesn't have a year on the back of it, and I didn't look it up, but from that cover, it definitely looks like a cheesy 80s. I know it's an 80s movie. Good time of a slasher, pretty much. And then we've got Girls' Night Out, which basically looks the exact same. You got like a furry bear, Freddy Krueger looking thing going on here, and the best image of a maybe final girl, maybe not, we shall see. But yeah, that looks like some awesome cheese right there. Very, very excited about that stuff. Alright, here's here's one that my sister actually surprised me with at Christmas time, because this film I wanted, and then it disappeared. It wasn't available anymore unless you're paying like a gajillion dollars. And then a partner label of Vinegar Syndrome re-released it with a slipcover again. And this is Bat Vagina. I don't know how sensitive YouTube is these days, so I'm just going to show the back of it, but you get the gist. Bat Pussy is basically a lost porno. It is a porno, by the way. And I'm not a porn guy. I don't really collect porn, but this is obviously an exception. It's about a girl who dresses as Batman, or Batwoman, whatever, Bat Pussy, and goes to fight crime. So you get this couple. I had never known what it was about prior, so I didn't care. It's fucking porn. I'm there for Bat Pussy, clearly. But yeah, it's this couple, they're screwing, and then they're fighting the whole time. So they're having sex and fighting, arguing with each other the whole time. And then Bat Pussy comes along, they have a threesome, and then she leaves, and then the original couple continue to fight. That's your story. It's ridiculous. This film is famous for being so, first of all, poorly directed. Like, the director is giving them instructions, and you can hear the director in the background. It's also one of those lost films where, like, nobody knows where the director is. I don't even think they have his name. I think they put a question mark on the fucking, like, credits, because they don't know what the guy's name is. It's some guy, they know the state, but yeah, it's a mystery of a movie, honestly. And yeah, it's just one of those things that had to be watched, and I watched it, and it's fucking ridiculous. I don't even know if I ever have to watch it again. But it's a joke of a movie. It's just insane. Another one my sister picked up for me, Love Actually. Great film. Very cheesy. It is a cheesy, corny flick, but it definitely has the holiday spirit, a lot of charm to it, and it's kind of an anthology, kind of where a lot of people's stories blend in with each other and run into each other, kind of thing. But it's a cool film. It's a cool Christmas film, and it's very like modern. It's 2003, but it feels like it's not. It's soon to be classic. Well, it's already a classic, but a lot of parodies on it, a lot of references to it. There's a lot of memes that are on the internet that reference this movie, so it's really good. One of my favorites of 2022, hands down, and most people's favorites, although I did hear a lot of negativity on this one too, but the majority of people seem to love this one, and I certainly did as well. 5 out of 5, Everything Everywhere All at Once. This film is about 2.5 hours long. It's English and Chinese, and it will give you, like, by the end of it, your head will hurt. Okay, with the concepts of the movie and everything that you have to pay attention to, the subtitles can be lightning fast sometimes. everything in this movie is lightning fast, and you are like birds out by the end of the movie. So know that going in. It's not one that you'll want to be reading your cell phone or on your cell phone. You're going to want to put the phone down and really give this your full attention to really appreciate it. And then I mean, if you're sick of it in 20 to 30 minutes, then you're not going to like it. But if you're liking what you're seeing, like, really give this one your full attention to really get everything out of it. And I love this dude who was a child actor in Indiana Jones Part 2, The Temple of Doom, and The Goonies. Forget his name in The Goonies right now, I'm blanking. But yeah, that's the child actor from that. He retired from acting and became like a martial arts choreographer and worked a lot behind the scenes, or like either on-screen martial arts or training as like a stunt double and stuff. He did a lot of that work, and then this is one of his first returns to acting. He's awesome. She's awesome. I'm not sure on her name. Michelle Yeoh is legendary, obviously. And freaking Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie is a very different character than typical Jamie Lee. So I like that movie a lot. Bed of the Dead. I randomly checked this out on Tubi. I have a review on the channel, so go look up Morgan Film Fan Bed of the Dead if you want to get my... I forget if it's spoiler free or not, actually. But yeah, I talk a little bit about this movie. I watched it on Tubi. I loved it. Got it with slipcover. And yeah, I was gifted that one as well, actually. Okay, so we've got an asylum or sci-fi movie, 100 Degrees Below Zero. I'm really getting into disaster movies, first of all, and I like the bad movie quality of asylum films. I know it's ridiculous. A lot of people are looking at me like I'm crazy, probably, but they are what they are. You know, they have their charm for what they are. Terrible CGI, mediocre plots and stories, and you just turn your brain off and just sit there and just fucking watch the spectacle. It's that kind of movie. So one I've never seen before, I just picked up because it was dirt cheap. Hitman, based on the video game, unrated. I only gave this one a 1.5. I mean, I want to watch Hitman, the other one, Agent 47. That's it. But I know what I'm getting myself into these things. It's going to be another freaking Max Payne, which I bought recently and spoke about. It's fine. I mean, it's all right. It's nothing major. I spent a pretty penny on this one, but I couldn't not get this movie with a slipcover, so I made sure that the damn thing came from eBay with a slip, and I did a bid on eBay for this, but I still spent more than I probably should have. This is the 4K release of Trancers. All I had to do was watch the first 2 minutes of this movie to fall in love with this movie. Again, it's on Tubi, and I know you're paying so much money for Blu-rays when the film is on fucking Tubi. Yeah, well, I like it on my shelf, okay? Alright. Trancers is so 80s. So 80s. It lives and breathes 80s. You go look up 80s in the dictionary, you're gonna find Trancers. A picture of Trancers beside it. Almost guarantee that. Silent Night, Deadly Night Collection. I was very glad to see this come with a slipcover because I love my slips. And this is parts 3, 4, and 5. So I have Silent Night, Deadly Night individually 1 and 2 behind me with slips. So I have 3, 4, and 5 with the slip now as well. And they are not as good. They're more like ridiculously campy or just really over the top, like C movie quality, not even B movie. I think out of these 3 though, honestly, surprisingly, I like the 5th the best out of the 3, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Alright, fuck this movie, respectfully. Vortex. Bought it blindly. Dario Argento's in it. I don't know. This is a French movie. This is directed by Gaspar Noé, or No. Most of his movies are not for me. I love Climax. His film Climax, amazing. The rest of those films that I've seen, I haven't seen Irreversible. before, but the rest of his films that I've seen, just not for me. This film, it wasn't a badly made film, but this is the most fucking depressing film I've ever seen in my life. I needed a walk and some therapy music after I watched this film. It is like 2.5 hours. It's about Alzheimer's and dementia, her going through it and her husband dealing with it. And I mean, if there was a manual or article or something that was to explain life sucks and then you die, credits, it's this movie. It's so fucking heartbreaking, and if you look at it in the sense of the fear of getting old, it's a horror movie. So, Gaspar Noé, man, I think you need some happy pills. Or just, my God. The thoughts that go from his head to paper are just dark, to say the least. Try a comedy for therapy's sake. For therapy's sake. Or maybe not, I don't know what the hell would come out of a fucking Gaspar Noé comedy. But, I mean, fuck, man. I cannot emphasize enough how depressing this movie is. And if Dario Argento speaks French, which he's an Italian director, if he speaks French as well, awesome. But watching the movie, I think he learned the language for the first time, because it seems like he's struggling with it, but that could just be me. Really great acting, really well shot. It's a very, very artsy movie, very artsy. It's got the square screen and black pillars on both sides, so you just see a square in the middle of the screen. And a lot of the camera shots are split, so you see his perspective and her perspective on opposite sides of the screen. So it's very artsy like that, but it's well made, but it's fucking depressing, and you'll hate life, and you'll need to fucking drown in rainbows afterwards. Honest to God, I'm not even exaggerating in the slightest. Back to another disaster movie, The Day After Tomorrow. I had watched this ages ago, over a decade ago. Yeah, and probably 15 years. But I bought it again to check it out again. This is not as good as 2012. I liked 2012 better by Roland Emmerich. And I liked Independence Day as well. It's not a disaster movie, but Independence Day was better too. It's fine. It's okay. It's a decent enough disaster film. But yeah, I'm kind of getting in the mood to collect disaster films, especially the really over-the-top ones. 2012 is so over-the-top and ridiculous and so far-fetched, but they're fun because of that. So I dig that. I dig that a lot. A 31 Days of Horror title, The Town That Dreaded Sundown remake. I did the original for 31 Days of Horror one year, if I'm not mistaken, but that's the remake. That's going to be for 31 days. Dying of the Light. Nicolas Cage is one of those that I will check out his whole catalog. A-list and B movies, no, doesn't matter. This one I caught on Tubi. I really liked it. I think it's a great hour-and-a-half kind of watch, yeah. And it's fun. It's a cool action thriller with some Nicolas Cage charm in it. So this is one from a sister label or partner label, however you want to put it, of Vinegar Syndrome as well. This is called White Reindeer, and I happened to get it with the slip. It sounded interesting. I watched the trailer. I haven't seen the film. I think I'm going to wait for Christmas to watch this film. So, unless the doctors tell me that I'm going to die in 2 months and can't make it to Christmas, then I'm going to wait till Christmas to watch that and probably review it as well. This one I got to complete it's not really a franchise. Well, I guess it's a franchise. Yeah, there's 3 movies. Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life. This is not as good as the previous Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider, but it's I got it to complete the collection. It wasn't too expensive at all. It was under $10. And I didn't even realize that I had the DVD, but I had the first one on Blu-ray. Now I got this one on Blu-ray, and I do want the Alicia Vikander one on 4K. Actually, I would get that one. This is a very interesting film. This is a Vinegar Syndrome partner label as well. We are going to the World's Fair. This is very independent, very, very low budget, very experimental, and very, very art house. I caught this streaming somewhere. I forget where now, but it's an experiment of a movie. I think it was directed by somebody quite young. I don't know exactly how old, but Jane Schonbrun is the director, and then this stars a girl named Anna Cobb, and Anna Cobb is the main actress. She looks very young. She looks like preteen, but she's 18 at the time of filming, I think. But she could pass as like a grade 9er kind of thing. And she's basically, it's about her. A lot of it is online. It kind of has that online feel, like searching and Unfriended and stuff like that. And she plays this game. Apparently these games exist where it's called We Are Going to the World's Fair, and they're like games that you play in real life. Like you go on chat rooms and then you're given like missions or something, and it's like living world interaction video, or not video games, but games that people play, and it kind of merges the game world into your everyday life world. It's very strange, but she gets into that, and then she meets this much older guy, and things start getting a little bit uncomfortable with the conversations that they're having. But it's not a movie where it's like, you know, he's some kind of like weirdo or anything like that. But it starts to get very unsettling because you start wondering, like, what's going on? Where is this going? This is getting weird. It's it's one of those. Yeah. So but it's interesting. I really love the style of it, and it really shows you that literally anybody can make a movie. Anybody. I can make a film with my phone. I literally, after watching this, I can make a film with my phone, and the only reason I haven't made a film is because I'm fucking lazy. Okay? There's no excuse in 2023 now to not make a movie for anybody. So that film teaches you that. Watch We Are Going to the World's Fair, and then give yourself another excuse for not making a fucking movie, you fucking loser. I'm basically talking to myself. The People Under the Stairs. This is going to be a 31 Days of Horror. We shall see how that goes. Never seen that Wes Craven film. Terrifier 2. I fucking loved it. I love Damien Leone. I love Art the Clown. I love everything about Terrifier, the original. I loved All Hallows Eve. I even liked that alien story in the middle that people seem to trash it. Didn't mind it, but Art the Clown is the star of the show. He's fucking unreal. So good. Yeah, it's horrific, and it ups the scales. It's the Terminator 2 of the Terrifier franchise for sure. It ups the scale. It ups the scales big time. The Dentist. This is both movies, The Dentist and The Dentist 2. The Dentist is going to be for 31 Days of Horror. We shall see how that goes, and then I'll watch The Dentist 2 whenever afterwards. Alright, this is a franchise completion. We've got Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws the Revenge, the shitty one. And yeah, that I got the first one on 4K, and that finishes off that franchise nicely. I got We Are Your Friends. This is a film that I did forget about for a bit. I only watched it once. I'm going to be watching this film, and I'm going to be giving it a review for the channel, a full spoiler review for my second watch. And I rolled my eyes. I'm a former DJ. I can DJ, I just haven't practiced in a long time, but I was big in the DJ scene a few years ago. And when this came out, I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, oh my god, we're feeding into the whole EDM blow up, Pretty Boy DJ. This film's gonna be garbage, and it did tank a lot. But I watched it, and I guess because I went into it with such low expectations, it really impressed me. Not impressed is the wrong word, but it was not nearly as bad, not even close to as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It was actually fine, which blew my mind because I thought it was going to be dog shit. And even the track selection in this film, I thought they were going to go for like just the Calvin Harris, the Martin Garrix, the David Guetta stuff, like pure pop that I don't even consider electronic music. But no, they had a good track selection. There's some good fucking deep house in here, progressive and tech house going on. Like it's pretty damn good. I was impressed. We Are Your Friends, I should say, the director, Max Joseph. I was expecting absolutely nothing, and I got delivered pretty good. So I'll give it a full review when I watch it again. The Attic, one of the corniest movies I've ever seen. I love Mary Lambert for Pet Sematary and Pet Sematary 2. And I even like Urban Legends Bloody Mary a lot. But man, do a lot of her films derail the fuck out of themselves, and this one is no exception. I have a review. I did a review for The Attic. Go check out Morgan Film Fan, The Attic. Full spoiler review, by the way. This film is one of the corniest soap operas, horror, like seemingly made for television movies I've ever seen. This is fucking horrendously hilarious. How just go watch the movie or go watch the review. It's fucking ridiculous. And lastly, this is the final one. 31 Days of Horror, Trick or Treat. Never seen this movie. It's got Ozzy and Gene Simmons in it, and it's a horror movie about a haunted record. So we'll see in October how that film is, and my full thoughts on it for my first time watch. So that is what's in the bag, son. That's everything I got since December. It's a brand new year, so I don't know when I'm going to be making my next review, because I only so far have in mind one item that I'm going to pick up. So we'll see what month I decide to throw another video up with everything I've got thus far. But until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble about my titles. And subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I will be back with more soon. Check out what's on the channel. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care and cheers.